Hello everyone, this is Alejandra Gomez with creatingwithali.com, and today I want to share with you some tips and tricks on how to design your own cards using a sketch as well as a few supplies. So if you know me, I try to do simple cards, mainly because I don't have that much time anymore. I have two little kids that keeps me busy. And so I have to come up with ways to do really quick and easy cards. So today I want to do that. And so this is going to be the one. But first of all, let me just tell you. So these were the cards that we did last week. And if this is the first time you're joining me, I just wanted to share with you what we did. But anyway, if this is the first time you are watching me, make sure you either comment or share the video, because you get entered into a drawing for the cards that I made during that presentation. And so last week it was this. I used the Dino Roar bun or suite, I should say. And oh my goodness, I just love every single one of them. So these were the cards that we made last time. And the winner from last week is, let me just see. I know I always put it on one of these. Yeah, here we go. It's Chrissy and Forbes from, and this is a Facebook Live from last week on June 13th. So if you're watching this video, Chrissy, please make sure to PM me your address so that I can mail you this, the card kit. A few other things also is that I haven't been able to send the what is this? The card class, mainly because I have been advertising for another class, and I don't like to run too many classes at the same time. But anyway, so this is the next one that is going. This is the one that I have been sharing on almost the last 3 videos, and I promise you guys this is going to be this week. But these are the cards that you're going to be making. It is a card set, a stationery set, I should say, and it has you can see you can hold 4 of the white envelopes, which by the way you can also decorate with the same stamp set. You can learn how to do you will learn how to do this stationery box and the cards. But the great thing about this is that then you can customize this to whatever theme that you want. So it could be for bridal showers and baby showers, or it could also be for your t-shirts, for the thank you notes. Just think about anyone who has to be writing a lot of notes. You can give a little set so that they have one of these ready the next time they need to be writing a card. The other thing is, like, the card class that I have been I'm just trying to do advertising is this one. And this is the one that we're gonna be making at the Facebook Live party that is gonna happen next Saturday. So I believe it's the 29th. And so as you can see here, these are the ones that I designed. There's going to be 3 classes, and I decided to go with the Bert Ballard, I think is the name. I might be pronouncing it wrong. Because this is the one that I designed, but there's also the floral essence, and then there's also the come sail with me or come away sail with me. Let me just show you. It is this suite, the one that is right in the first page. So it is it. So all of the projects are great. I don't have yet those projects just because I didn't sign those. So but 2 other demonstrators who I am partnering with on this event designed those 2 classes. So one is this one, and the other one is the one that has the floral essence, which I already did some cards with it. But it's the one that has oh my goodness. Let me just show you at least the stamp set. Oh, it's this one. It's the one that has this bundle. Really cute. I love all the cards, and of course it's using one of the favorite papers from this catalog, which is this one. And what is the name of this one? I always forget. Perennial Essence Design Series paper, which happens to be the one that we're going to be using today. So we're going to be using today this fabulous paper. And so anyway, so that's the card. And at this point, you cannot order any more the make and take packets, but you can still order the online version. So it is a full day of activities. I mean, we have the Facebook Live, and each of us is going to go there, present the cards, show you how to make them, gives you some tips. There's going to be a what presentation, and then there's also there is an option to get an additional class, and the one that I designed is using the balloons one. So I think this one is above the clouds, I believe. And so these are the cars that are going into the additional class. So make sure you are signed up for that one. I know I have been sending emails for that, which remind me to let you know, if you are not receiving my emails, make sure you are on my mailing list, because that's where I advertise most of my classes. And I have the information of my mailing list on the description of this video where you're watching this video. So anyway, so let's just get started. So like I said, I wanted to do 3 cards, and these are going to be very simple, and I want to share with you also a few tips as I am going through this, because of course by now I have already kind of designed it in my mind. That's one thing that I think I've always mentioned to you. I try to have everything in my mind. I almost never have a card made, just because, again, if I do the card beforehand, then I don't have time to do this. So I'm always doing it in my head before. So anyway, so we have here, so what I did is I picked the design series paper and I show it to you. This is one of those that I think is going to be very popular, because I mean look at the images. It just looks really nice. The paper by itself looks amazing, right? I mean, you don't need much with this one. And so that's how I got inspired into using this design series paper, because I wanted to kind of show you how you can use few supplies and then come up with your designs. So I also went to Pinterest and then grabbed this sketch. That's one of the other things that I try to do a lot. I tried to go to Pinterest and then try to get some information as far as sketches or colors or whatever. In this case, I used the design series paper to figure out what colors I wanted. And of course, at the back of the design series paper, I'm sure you'll know these, but if you don't, at the back of the design series paper, you always have all the colors that are being on the paper. So if you don't know exactly what pink it is or what yellow it is, always go back, refer back to your paper, and it will tell you exactly which one it is, which is awesome from Stampin' Up!, because at that point, then you can go ahead and bring the cardstock that goes perfectly with that one. So this one is Pretty Peacock. Yeah, Peacock, I think it is. Which is one of the new in color papers or colors. Yeah, new in colors for this year and next year. So it is 8.5 by 5.5, and I had already I have already just oh my goodness, folded. Oh, what am I doing here? I have some kind of water, I guess. But just anyway, fold it with your bone folder, and then I have already embossed a piece of petal pink, and this is 3 by 4, and you can see I have already pre-embossed. This is because I wanted to use this one, and I'm going to try to alternate where I use cardstock and where I use the design series paper. So for this one in particular, I wanted to use the design series paper on the circle and then everything else as cardstock. But when you do that, I felt that just this one plain didn't have any interest, so I decided to go with the embossed. Now, if I don't have an embossing folder that I like, probably because it doesn't go well with whatever I'm using, then I would probably just stamp the image some sort of background so that I have some sort of interest on this paper. So right there, that's a way that you can put all cardstock and then just put other pieces with the design series paper, like in this case is the circle. Then of course I have to look at how I wanted to line it up, because I really like those two, but this little one was the one that inspired me to use the brand new Daisy punch, and this is the newer one. There is a larger one. I decided to go with the small one because I wanted to put it like somewhere here. Now I know this is not here, but who cares? You can modify the sketch, right? I mean, it's your card. So one thing that I want to do, that I want to show you, is you're going to go ahead and, actually, I think it's easier if I go this way. Hold it in the center and then be gentle, but then curve your petals and so that it adds some sort of dimension. And the same thing with this one. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Oh, Betsy, thank you so much for asking for adding. So you've noticed that I am on a Friday. Usually I am on a Thursday, but yesterday I had to go to the pharmacy to pick up new meds for my little Addie. She's been having ear infections. Oh, it's just, I mean, we've been on a really bad run on ear infections. This is, I think, like the third one in like 2 weeks. I mean, it's just crazy. So anyway, we're changing meds and see if that works better. So thank you so much for asking. She's doing better. She's playful, but still has all this gooey thing going out of her ear. So anyway, so once you have those two, then I'm going to go ahead and put them like so, as you can see here, right? Because I'm trying to cover the gaps in between, okay? And I'm going to be using a glue dot. All right. Now, if you don't have this, you can use any other flower that you have, okay? So, or a sticker if you don't have that. Or if you have a design series paper that has like figures, you know, you can also fussy cut one of those. Oh my goodness, what am I doing here? And hold on, because I think I'm putting them, I'm not lining this up perfectly. Let me go back. So you can use that. So if you don't have a punch, don't worry, you can use anything else that you have. There you go. Oh, there you go. What am I doing here? Why is this taking me so much? Like my hands are shaking this time. I don't know what's the deal. It's like I'm not lining up anything this time. What is the deal with me? There we go. I'm like, oh. Anyway, so now that I have them here, just because I have been messing up so much with this one, go ahead and do this again. Let's start putting this together. It's like my hands were shaking. What up with that, right? I promise I'm not nervous. I don't know what it was. It's like, whew. So, okay, so we're gonna put this one right here. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the circle. And this one will go right there. And again, this is where I got the whole inspiration of, oh, I want to use that daisy. And you can see I'm not even stamping it. I could also stamp it. You can see there is a bundle with the new one. So, and what is cool about this, so you have here the punch. What is cool about this is that you have both the large one and the small one. So you can also kind of combine them. So that's pretty cool, don't you think? So anyway, once I have that, then I have this little guy. And I have already, well, let's just take this thing. I'm going to put, I'm going to use the take your pick. Sometimes it's kind of hard to peel this thing. Especially today that I am kind of with shaky hands. That's weird. I'm not that way, but I don't know why. My hands are shaking today. So anyway, so I have it here. I have also punched out 2 leaves. One is with the vellum, which is new and it's out of this whole collection. And then one is just in regular cardstock. And I did it that way because I wanted to have some sort of dimensions. You can see it kind of adds something, don't you think? So I'm going to put a little bit, well, before I do that, let's just stamp this first. So for this one, I decided to go with It's Your Time to Shine, which is out of the Daisy Lane. So it is this one. And I think I should be stamping this, and I'm going to go with the Self Suede, just because I want a little brown on that. All right, and let's see how I do. Like I said, my hands are kind of weird tonight. There you have it. Beautiful. So not too bad, huh? And then I'm going to use the Taylor Tack Punch, which, let me see where I put it. Okay. And I'm going to be doing a banner on one end. Alrighty. And let me just see what I want. Yeah, I could probably put it like so. You know what? I'm probably going to do another one here. Alright, so I'll rather put it like so. And then I'm gonna have this one here. Yeah. Somewhere like that. Yeah, something like that, yes. So let's just glue this one. And actually, I want this one pop up. Now, I still have some left over here, so let's just cut this one, otherwise I never will use this. So anytime you have your dimensionals, always use everything from it. Don't throw it away, because this still has sticky. So it still works pretty well. So never throw it away. Always use it. So let's just do that. So I'm going to put it like so. And then I'm going to put the flower here. What do you think? Now, the bad thing is that I should have probably put, anyway, because I'm going to be covering the one that I like, but I do want it to be kind of close. So this one will go with that dimensional as well. And I have here a dimensional. And if you notice, I did it with the petals down. You could also do it up, but in this case, I wanted to have the one with the petals down. I think that it adds a really nice dimension too. There you have it. See that? And then I'm going to go ahead and add these little ones with glue dots. What do you think, huh? Are you liking it? Now, let me bring this because again, my hands are kind of shaking today. And I don't want to be messing up my flower here. And on this one, I'm going to cut this because the dimensional on the bottom. There you have it. Okay. And I'm just going to put the petals up. There you have it. So what do you think, huh? Very simple. Very simple. Like I said, these are very simple cards. Yet they all look really nice. Okay. So let me know what you think about this one. So let's go to card number 2. And they're all going to be looking very similar because, again, I am using this sketch. But let's just think about this, the next one. So for the next one, I decided to go with this. Now, I use on this one, let me just put it here. I use for this one the perennial essence flower, the one that I told you. Is going to be one of those using on the next Facebook live event that I have. And so this one actually goes with this one, with this stamp set. However, which is the floral essence. Let me just show it to you. Hold on, let me get it here. I have it here. So it is this one. You can see it, the whole set. However, I decided I didn't want to use the stamp set, even though and I'll show it why in a second. But let's just go through these. I have those, and let me see. And I have also some leaves. So this is just to show that you can use different leaves and different flowers for these. So this one is Blackberry Blaze, and this one is 11 by 4 1/4. So we're gonna go ahead and fold it in half. And like I said, I love the design series paper on this one. And this one is what was the name again of these? The Floral Essence, is that right? Perennial Essence Design Series paper. So I love the colors on this one. So now for this one, I decided to go again with this flower. So I want to do exactly the same. However, this time I want to do the sentiment on cardstock, and I want to do the sentiment there. So I went ahead and looked at my sentiments where I had like a big one that could fit real well, and I thought about this one because usually this one could go for so many occasions, and I love it. And it goes really well with the circles. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stamp it firmly. Alrighty. And I'm gonna bring the 2 1/4. Hold on, 2 1/4 punch, and I'm gonna go ahead and punch it out. Okay, so this one will go like so, and this one is the pretty pickup, same color that I used on the other card. Let me just go ahead and put it out. And we're gonna go ahead and, I don't know if let's just think about it. No, I feel like this one, I like that one a lot. So you can see it's like, you cannot tell which one is upside down. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want this one right here. And then of course I needed a little bit of the color, so I'm bringing up a little bit of that gel with this. And of course I'm going to be using the Tailor Tack punch. So let me just punch it out just to have a little bit of color to pop up, because otherwise it kind of looks kind of dark. And I love the combination, but I want it to be a little bit more happy. See how that kind of starts popping up a little bit more? And then of course I'm going to be using this one, and I'm going to be same thing, curling the petals on these. Just be gentle, you don't want to rip the petals. And the same with this one, okay? Again, just be gentle. And we're going to be assembling with the glue dots. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 and then 2. And I'm going to be offsetting it, as you can see here, a little bit, because I have a third one to put. Right, and there you have it. Okay. And then I'm going to bring a dimensional, and this one will go here. Now before I do everything, of course I'm going to be putting a center. And like I said, I didn't want to put the stamping, because I actually did one stamp. You cannot really see, and it looks kind of like black. So I didn't like that much that look, because I don't want it to be that dark. So I went ahead and didn't do anything. That's one of the things that I do when I am coming up with ideas, is that I try to at least do some of the elements, and I'll show you in a second what I mean with that. So let's just start putting everything together. And I added one of those centers that, oh my goodness, I'll be honest, when I first saw them on the catalog, I was not excited about it. In fact, I saw them at OnStage and I was like, whatever, I didn't like them at all. Now that I've been using them on flowers, oh my goodness, I just love them. They just look so well on so many projects. It's just ridiculous. I mean, if you're thinking about it, you're gonna love them. Because every single flower that I've done with that one, it just looks fantastic. And I don't know why I didn't like it at the beginning, but now I'm just so in love with them. So if you're like me, definitely give it a try, because you are gonna love them. So, oh, and I never said the dimensions on this. This one is 3, and it's a little bit longer, and this one is 4 and a half. Yeah, this one is a little bit longer than the other one, as you can see here. And I am putting it more towards the left side. So I'm not quite following, like you can see, I am modifying a little bit that design, but in essence is the same. So the same thing here, we're gonna go ahead and add this one. And now for this one, I actually want this one pop up. I think it will be great if I pop it up, don't you think? So I'm gonna pop up that one. All right. And let's just put it here. And I'm going to be putting it right here. And then I'm going to add here. There you go. See that? I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive in the middle, and then 2 small dimensionals there. And I'm going to finish these edges, because otherwise I won't use them. So I'm going to put them right there. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it because I know this is not my regular time. So I really appreciate you joining me today. All right, so I'm going to put it like that. All right, and then I'm going to be adding this one here. Yes. And so what I was trying to say before is that always have on hand like a few of the elements. You can tell here because when I start putting, because I always try to play around, and first I had this little one. I thought, well, this one is too little. This one is too dark. And then that way I came up with that one. I was like, okay, this is the right size. So that's how I start playing around, and I don't waste that much things, right? Like in this case, I have just one flower and two circles, which could be used in a different card. So always have on hand something that you can play with, especially when you're playing with colors or shapes. You always do that. And of course, I have to put some of these leaves, because they look great. So let me just bring the glue dots again. So that's how I always come up with my cards. And like I said, I always have the design in my head. But I have to kind of help a little bit the visual with some elements, right? Because otherwise, what if it is a completely disaster on a Facebook Live, right? I really want you to make sure at least they look nice. Even though there's not a card, at least I have some sort of a structure to my design. And then, of course, you can always change things as you go, right? And there you have it. Right? What do you think? It looks fantastic, and it goes really well with those colors. And I don't know, like I said, I just love them. And you can tell they look kind of the same, but at the same time they look differently. In this case, I went ahead and add the design series paper here rather than on this section. And you can see it's the same. I use a flower. So if you don't have one of these flowers, you can use any of the other flowers. I know that we have had so many of the flowers that you can use anything you have. Now, the other thing, okay, let's just think about this. The other thing you can do is if you have a different design series paper, like an old one, right? There's always like a baby paper that we had always had. And maybe you have a critter there. You could also do that. Fussy cut a critter and put it here. Then the circle, you can put something like welcome to the world or something like that, or congratulations, and then have a little critter. Wouldn't that be really nice? Like I said, too many options when you're using the sketches. So let's just do the last one. And so for the last one, it's kind of similar than the other ones. And like I said, I went ahead and just wanted to use the design series paper because it all looks so nice. And you can tell here, I put all my little shapes. And so this one is going to be very similar than the other two. Okay. So same as that with the other one. Now this one is a little bit smaller. This one I believe is 4 by 3. Yes, 3 by 4. And one of the things that choosing the sizes, like if you are doing lots of cards and you only have one sheet, then you kind of have to come up with a shape where you can get the most. These out of the 12 by 12 is the best because you get actually 12. Yes, because you have 4 by 3. Yeah, so you get 12 pieces out of this. So you could actually make 12 cards with only one sheet. So usually try to, like if you're planning on something that is going to be for too many, right? Like if you're doing sets, definitely I'll go with a size where I can get as many as I can. So 4 by 3 on a 12 by 12 paper is the best size to get the most out of them. Of course, you can go smaller, but for a regular size, it still looks like you're covering it, kind of like this, right? But it's not so small. So anyway, you have that. Now this is old olive. And by the way, I didn't say that, but the leaves on this one is mossy meadow, and this is again that vellum from the essential flowers. And then this one is crushed curry. All right, so now this one is old olive, and it is 5.5 by 8.5. We're gonna go ahead and fold it in half as usual. All right, use your bone folder, and then we're gonna go ahead and do our paper, right? Yeah, this one looks like that, and this one I'm gonna put it right in the center right now. I have again 2 of the leaves because I love those leaves. And again, this is the vellum out of the same suite. And then I have mossy meadow again. I didn't want to go with old olive, A, because it kind of looks like this one. And 2, because I wanted to pop up a little bit more. If I had put another old olive, it would have kind of blended in. You can see this one, you cannot see it that much. But if I put it here, what about that, right? It looks really nice. Now I have also a 2-inch circle out of petal pink, because that's kind of the color that goes here. You could also have, I could also have gone with the Flirty Flamingo, but I wanted something more subtle because most of it is kind of like a light color. And then of course I have the daisy. So for this one, we're gonna go ahead and same deal. We're gonna go ahead and curl the petals. All right, using your wood folder. Again, you want to be gentle because you don't want to be ripping the petals of your flower. And you can see very easy. Just be gentle. I always hold it for the center or from the center. And then we're going to go ahead and put a glue dot. And hopefully this time my hand doesn't shake. I don't know what the deal was. I promise I'm not. Let me just put it here so that I can see better. Yes, much better, I think. There you have it. Because holy cow, the other one, it seems like I was shaking. I mean, I had to do it, what, like 3 times, I think? All right, and then I just go ahead. Now, you could, like I said, you could do it this way. For whatever reason, I like it this other way and then put the dimensional. It adds a little bit more of interest in my head. So I'm going to go ahead and add the dimensional on the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and peel the center. And then put it right in the center. All right, so now let's just think about this. So I want this one here. I want that one there. Now for this one, I actually want it right in the center of this one. Don't you think? And then I want those leaves coming up here. There we have it. And then I want the sentiment right here. Like I said, a little bit subtle, a little bit different, but still looking really nice. Now I want to use again the same sentiment. The one that says it's your time to shine. I think that's really nice. Alrighty, let's just see that. I don't know. Oh my goodness, this is... Let me just do this. Hold on, because I cannot see it well. Alright. Much, much better. Okay. And then, as with the other one, we're going to go ahead and use the Tailor Tack Punch. Let me see, where am I here? Okay. There we go. And so this one will go like so. So let's just get everything situated. Oh, and see this side is also really nice. So you have the flowers and then no flowers on the other side. But I mean, the flowers looks gorgeous. So I'm gonna go with this right in the center. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go ahead and glue this one down. I'm gonna put it right there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put this one right here. And then this one will be raised. So let's just use the edge of these. Yeah. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. Where's the deal? Okay, we're gonna put it right here. And then let's just put this one's here. Now for this one, yeah, I like it there. All right, so let's just put this one's here. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually, oh, that was a good idea. Don't you think? It looks kind of cute if I kind of intermingle them a little bit, right? So I'm gonna put the the glue dot, just to make sure I catch both. Alrighty. And just gonna go ahead and lift them. Oh my goodness. There we have it. Alrighty. So what do you think, huh? Very simple, really nice. All different. I mean, they kind of look the same, but you can see there's a little bit of difference, and they all follow the same pattern that we have here. So anyway, so hopefully you have liked it. And like I said, you could be changing where you put the flowers. You could be changing the flower that you have. I know Stampin' Up! We have had so many flowers. So I'm sure that if you don't have this one, there should be one that you have already. I'm pretty sure. Or if not, you can change completely the shape to a different thing. It could be a stamp image, or it could be another element from the same design series paper. So anyway, you can see this one. I didn't use any ribbon, which surprisingly, yeah, that's crazy, because I almost always use them. So anyway, so thank you so much for joining me. Again, don't forget to sign up for my mailing list to make sure you are on in the know of all the upcoming classes. And then also the winner from last week was Chrissy Ann Forbes. And again, Chrissy, if you're watching this video, make sure that you PM me your address so that I can mail you the card kit for these cards. Anyway, and also for you that are watching this video, make sure you're sharing and you're commenting on this video so that you get entered into the drawing for the cards for tonight. So anyway, so thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Have a good one.